There are 7 layers in OSI Reference Model, and they are always counted from top to down: application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. I normally use this formula to remember these layers. I hope this will be helpful for you. After play, Sachin Tendulkar needs double power. I don't think he really needs. Okay. So Bob is a user, and the application layer is closest to the user. The user uses some application to send a data, such as we use Firefox, Chrome, or any application through which we can use the internet. So Bob uses some application to send some data to Sally. Bob has a data goes to application layer. Now every layer will add something to the data. That something is known as header here. Header. What's there in the header? We'll discuss it later. For now, just consider every layer adds something to the data. So application layer adds its header with this data. The data comes from Bob using an application. Application layer adds a header with this data. Then it does a packing. It packs this data plus header, and then it does the wrapping. And this packing cannot be opened by any other layer. This packing can be unpacked by only application layer. It packs this and sends it to the presentation layer. Here we go. So presentation layer receives that package. It thinks that the complete package is a data because presentation layer cannot open it. So it cannot see what's there inside that package. It thinks that application layer has sent me some data, and it goes ahead and adds its own header with the data. Again does the packing. It packs it again. Now again remember, this packing can be only unpacked by presentation layer, not by any other layer. So it does the packing and sends it to the layer below it, session layer. Session layer thinks that presentation layer has sent me some data. It adds its own header, packs the complete and sends it to the layer below it, transport layer. The transport layer again thinks that session layer has sent me some data because it cannot open the package because that was packed by session layer. Now it attaches its own header with it, and it again does a packing and sends it to the network layer. Network layer again thinks that transport layer has sent me some data. I'll attach my own header. I'll do a packing, send it to the data link layer. Data link layer again will add its own header, and a special thing here, trailer. So it will attach header and trailer with the data, and then it does the packing and then sends to the physical layer. The data at physical layer gets converted into binary form, and again physical layer adds its own header, and it again packs the data, and it converts it into electrical signal or whatever you want. You can convert it. You can convert it into light signal. You can use optical fiber. You can use wireless as well, and it sends it through the transmission medium. It can be any medium. It can be wireless. Data goes to the receiver where you wanted to send it. It touches the network card of the computer, enters the physical layer. The electrical signal gets converted into binary again. Physical layer will open the package. You remember it was packed on the sending side by physical layer. So physical layer can only open that package. It will open its own package, removes its own header. Physical layer will remove this header. This was attached by physical layer, so it's gonna remove it, take it away, and then sends the data to the. So then it will send the remaining data to layer above it, data link layer. Now data link layer also did the packing. It added its own header and trailer. You see here on the sending side, when we sent the data, two things were added, header and trailer. So data link layer will open its own package and remove these two things, strip them out. So this data goes to the network layer. Again, network layer will remove its own part that it attached, sends remaining to transport layer. The transport layer will open its own package, removes the header, and sends it to the layer above it. Session layer does the same thing. It opens its own package, removes its header, sends the remaining to presentation layer. Presentation layer will again open its own package, removes its header, sends the remaining data to layer above it, application layer. An application layer will open its own package now, removes its own header, sends the remaining data to the application from which it came, and Sally receives the data. When the data moves down the layer, the process is known as encapsulation. And when the data moves up in the layer, the process is known as decapsulation. Pretty simple. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to thank you for visiting our website.